We have talked a lot about you in the past chapters, about your right mindset, how you have to prepare yourself first before you become an entrepreneur, and how best to deal with money. This is also the basis for a successful company, the preparation for the long road ahead of you. But you don't have to go the way alone. Just like Luke had his Ben or Frodo had his Gandalf, there must be someone in your life who should accompany you for the first years of your long journey. And even if you are already a millionaire or have fulfilled all your wishes, the following coach will lift you again to completely new levels that you had not even thought of before. That's why we now come to one of the most important chapters, the master, the mentor, or simply the coach. It doesn't work without a coach. Without a coach, you will not be able to build a successful company. Without a coach, no company will be able to remain successful. And without a coach, you won't turn your idea into a multi-million-dollar idea. You can now go for coercion and look for a coach. Of course, you can take the first person you'll come across, but you can also find the right coach for you. First of all, the tip: do not look for coercion. When you are ready for a coach, the coach will find you. Therefore, just pay attention to what new people will enter your life and after this masterclass has sent you on the great journey. Just keep your eyes open and look for someone who is at least 10 times as successful as you. Someone who has at least 10 times as much money as you do. So someone who is where you want to be in 10 years, and ask him or her to coach you. Tony Robbins summed it up well in his book, The Robbins Power Principle, with an example. Imagine you have trained as a forester and are emigrating to the United States. There you will be assigned on an area of 2,000 hectares, which you should now monitor. After that, you will find out that the previous forester was active for almost 50 years and knows every corner of these 2,000 hectares. He knows where the rivers are, where animals live, where quicksand hides, where poisonous plants are, and where bears have their burrows. What do you think is faster? To teach yourself over 50 years or to pack 50 years into a compressed 6 months? To ask the former forester to teach you everything in 6 months. And it's the same with starting a business. A person who is 10 times as rich as you can provide you with his knowledge in a condensed form and prepare you not to have to make someone's mistake yourself. But where should you look for a suitable coach? Network. Make yourself known and meet new people. And one day you will meet someone who is exactly where you want to be. Go to parties, bars, events, and just let the situation come to you. Just talk to the people at your neighbor's table. And now my ultimate insider tips: donate and get involved in social projects. If you do good, good will come back to you. Believe me, someone who is really successful will use his free time to return good things to society. So if you become active in such projects, the probability is exorbitantly high that you will meet successful people there. Don't be shy and talk to him or her. Ask him if he could coach you and plan something you could offer him. Because you just like that, without consideration, he or she will not do it. And yet a good coach will reject you for the time being. He wants to test you if you are really worthy to become his apprentice. Because he himself has little time, and why should he waste this little time on someone who does not really want to learn? You first have to prove to him or her that you fit together, and then you have the chance to be taken. Just be persistent at this stage. Plan at least 3 months of processing time in which you convince the coach to take you as your student. Call again and again. Thank you for the time she takes for you and find out more and more what you can sell argumentatively for a common advantage. The coach has years of experience and certainly developed some peculiarities. Even if he is wrong with this and that statement, do not correct him. It is not about discussing the truth with him or her. It's all about you learning from him. A clever man once said, "When you talk, you only hear what you already know. When you listen, you learn something new." I thought for years that I would already know enough and would certainly never need a coach after having 2 coaches. And even though I made so many mistakes in my company, I didn't seek the knowledge and support of a new coach. Only when I separated from my business partner and hardly saw any sense in my work, I gathered myself again and tackled the topic of coaching. Already in the first sessions, so many new things became clear to me. What I was doing wrong, what I could have done better, and could not see because I was trapped in my company in a rat race. Yes, my company seemed like a rat race to me at some time. I had only focused on my weaknesses and tried to eradicate them. Through this pathological perfectionism, however, I lost my desire and passion for my profession. It was only through my coach that I was able to concentrate on my strength again and regain joy and pleasure in life and in my vocation. With the help of my coach, I was able to rebrand my company, tap into areas I've always loved but just didn't think of. Decisions that I have been putting off too long ago were made just in 24 hours after my first session. I felt like jumping into a refreshing pool after a long hike in the desert. You will already notice in the first sessions whether the coach is the right person for you. If he actively listens to you, what your goals are, how you focus them, and from the point an invisible energy begins to flow. If the coach has the same ideas like you and dreams, then he is the right coach. No matter which famous person you take, no matter which multimillionaire you take, and no matter which successful creative you take, everyone had a coach. And even though I write casually here about how to get a coach quickly in public, I know that this is very easy for me as an extroverted person. But introverted people may encounter great challenges that they might not be ready for. For this purpose, there is a light version of a coach, namely books. There are many great books on wealth building, business building, or self-confidence creation, which are written and structured as if someone is already coaching you. From that point of view, I can be your coach right now. If you feel like you're not getting ahead, find a coach. If you feel like you already know everything, you especially need a coach. Insider tips in a nutshell. You need a coach who earns at least 10 times as much as you do. Without a coach, you will not have quick success. 3. Only those who do good and are socially committed will get to know coaches. 4. Become an entrepreneur if you want to win everything. Don't become an entrepreneur if you just don't want to lose. 5. Offer the coach a win-win situation when he coaches you. 6. You will fail and drag everything into the abyss if you only focus on eradicating your weaknesses. Focus only on building on your strength. 7. And if a coach promotes all these areas in you, he is the right coach for you. 8. Actually, you need a lifetime of coaches at your side. 9. A coach will teach you in a short time the knowledge he had to teach himself over decades. 10. I don't know a successful person who didn't have a coach.